to basics, kick it for the hell of it. Rather do your bit, but don't forget to have some fun with it. Kick it with the wicked, but not the wiggity waggity. Shouldn't be making a bit of a wannabe. Not gonna be able to be, but definitely gonna be thinking to be. Another gangster, nothing but a storyteller. See you rapping like a gangster is a hawker, but they should know better. But whether or not a letter, another brother say I gotta kick it like a gangster. I'm thinking a bit of me, taking a bit of a lesson from the old school. Brothers were cool, I mean they didn't put up any rules. I wanna do you know what I'm talking about? Saying rappers this and that, I know that kind of crap I do without. I'm never told I'm gonna be coming about a certain way. I do it the way I want it, nobody's gonna be able to stop it. So get off, back off, step off, get off my back. Don't tell me how to kick it on the mic, cause I ain't down with that.
Here comes the tongue, here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the tongue with one to the cranium. Here comes the tongue, here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the tongue just to get the job done. Here comes the tongue, here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the tongue with one to the cranium. Here comes the tongue, here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the tongue just to get the job done.
Here comes the tongue, the anatomical machine. Gotta cock the hammer, then unleash it low mode. He weighs a ton. I kick it with the 1-2 and the war cry crew. Coming through like a pack of Zulus. We got you scared, jumping in your boots like a cat. I pull out my tongue and swing it like a baseball bat. Home run out of the stadium and you jump, throw your fists in the air and start to pump. Coming up trumps every hand, the tongue is in the man, expressing the stressing that you gotta take a stand. And on the band, wagon tickers at it, the tip to be on. With the passion and the quickness, war cry, bring it on. With the number to the chin, check a dimension. I'm in at any moment, I can jump on my head and spin it by hurricane. From the dumb shit of refrain, feel the effects of the tongue and focus on the mainframe. The main game, the war cry phenomena. Read the lethal weapon, ready aim. We're bombing ya, the people's choice. Coming at you with the raised voice, the tongue is attacking with the kung, making much noise.
Here comes the tongue, here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the tongue with one to the cranium. Here comes the tongue, here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the tongue just to get the job done. Here comes the tongue, here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the tongue with one to the cranium. Here comes the tongue, here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the tongue just to get the job done.
Get ready for rush hour, the real red man rapping with much power. Living on the Gold Coast, carving 6-foot swells. I beat rock bells, see the mighty war cry, give 'em hell. Representing the South Deck flag, you wanna slag this? Yo D, kick 'em like a bag, hit 'em like a bag, smack 'em like a fag, put up a tag. Yo, on that butt ugly toe rag, I'm never chillin' at Yang Tank. I ride a whole GTS made in Australia, fresh. I fully work 308, I'll leave you dead in your Lexus. That's why I'm gonna wreck this. The mighty war cry posse will never regret this. Like a 4-course meal, you'll be done like a dinner and like the man of steel. I'll come out a winner until the gun sounds and this noise drowns. Still it's legal in Australia to chop a pound. That's why I'm known as a radical wild child, and I will never lead an average lifestyle. Step to this, you're mad, I'll kick it like a bag.
Here comes the tongue, here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the tongue with one to the cranium. Here comes the tongue, here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the tongue just to get the job done. Here comes the tongue, here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the tongue with one to the cranium. Here comes the tongue, here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the tongue just to get the job done.